Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, aka the Bod Father, and as always, I bring you guys awesome interviews. Today, it is an honor and privilege to have Mr. Matt Nawara. He's the guitarist of The Outfit. Their debut album is a self-titled The Outfit, out February 2nd. So you want to pick this up. I've got to listen to it here a couple times, and pretty good stuff from The Outfit. So, Matt, how's it going?
Very good, John. Thanks for having me on.
What's impressed you, man, or excited you the most about making this debut album? What's caught your eye about, if anything?
You know what? I've been listening to what's out on radio, active rock radio lately, and I want to say with the last couple of years, and I got the inkling that I wanted to do something, or we wanted to do something a little bit more fresh and exciting. So we wanted to kind of collaborate, all four of us that are in the band currently, and kind of put something out that's strong and kind of shows what we're looking for in rock. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking it's translating to other people. We're getting a very good response right now.
I like that what you said. You know, you list everything that's out there. You want to do something a little bit different. So how much outside the box were you thinking on this as you entered and started writing all these songs, man?
All four members of the band, we're pretty unique characters. So you want to let that shine through in your music. We never sat down and said we targeted a specific sound or a specific genre or a specific group that's currently out there. We wanted just for our own personalities to kind of shine through the music. And then what it turned out to be, it turned out to be. We went kind of slow. We did our first track. We liked what we heard, and it just was like a progression, a build. And again, it just turned into, I think, a real strong album.
Any songs off this self-titled album that stand out more to you on it right now, if possible? I mean, I know it's like picking your favorite child or your favorite collectible, but is there any that stand out for you?
One that stands out for me is probably the first track we did together, and that was Just As One. And when we did that one, again, that was like our test into it. We all had the idea of what we wanted to do, and we wanted to put something out that was new and fresh. And I think Just As One was probably, again, it was the first track that we kind of worked on together. And it kind of stands out to me because it kind of was the springboard for the rest of the tunes. So I like all the tunes, but that one just stands out to me because it was the first one we actually worked on together.
Now, this is pretty cool. How was working with Matt Mercado at Sonic Palace Studios in Oak Park, Illinois? Plus, you guys worked with Grammy-nominated multi-platinum producer and mixer Ulrich Wild, who's worked with Pantera, Static X, White Zombie, Deftones, and Breaker and Benjamin. How was working with these guys?
It was an honor to work with these guys. Again, Matt at Sonic Palace, great engineer, great guy to work with, a great knowledge that he has too. Done many projects, so it was great to work with him. It was fantastic. Working with Ulrich, again, another fantastic opportunity. Again, like you say, he's mixed some pretty heavyweights out there. So he really got into the project, and he kind of helped us form it and put it together, as a finished product. As we delivered the raw tracks to him, it really turned out exceptional.
Now, working with Matt at Sonic Palace Studios, how hard did he push you guys? Did he just let you go on your way and then step in and say, hey, let's try this? Or did he just step back and let you guys do your own thing?
He kind of wrote a balance of that. Matt would let us go in there and do our thing. But then when he had some interesting points to point out, he wouldn't be afraid to do that. He would, and we were welcoming that too, because we like the input. We like to hear what other people are thinking. Mm-hmm. So we kind of worked together really well that way.
How long did it take to get the album recorded, man? How long did it take you guys to get this all done?
Well, it was a good 12 months. Again, we were bouncing back from Chicago we did a lot of the vocal tracking, or I say most of the vocal tracking in Glendale, Arizona. So we were kind of moving this project back and forth for I want to say a good 12-month period before we had the finished tracks from Ulrich.
Jeez, that's a lot of traveling back and forth.
Yeah, well, we did most of the basic music tracks in Chicago at Sonic Palace. A lot of it was transferred over to Arizona for the tracking of the vocals. So it was an interesting process, but it seemed to work for us, because we're located in different parts of the country, so it kind of worked out for us that way.
What's it like having your brother Mark in the band alongside with you, man? I mean, any knockout, dragouts yet?
We get along pretty good. We've been playing for many years together, on and off in different projects. So it's always a pleasure when I can work with my brother. I can say we have the same views and the same kind of taste that we shoot for. So it's a pleasure to work with him all times. You would think sometimes we'd get into it, but it's very rare that happens.
Now, coming from different bands and different projects, do you still see yourself and the band growing musically, or is it more of a personal growth for all of you guys?
When we first started out, it was 4 individuals, but I think we kind of melted into a band. So now it's a band growth, I think. I think we developed a solid bass sound, again, unique to our band, and that's what we shoot for. Again, we didn't want to shoot for, sounding like this or sounding like that. We just wanted it to melt together and then come out as us. And I think we were very pleased with the end result. And I could see this going into the second album, third album, because I think we had a great time doing it, and we hope that it's a success for us, and we continue on.
Do you have any songs that didn't make this album that will possibly make onto another album, maybe?
Oh yeah, there's about 4 or 5 tracks that we recorded, we put down, or we had ideas. I want to say is not finished tracks, but they were demo tracks that we had. And we kind of went with 9 tracks for this particular project, but we have those on the back burner. Yeah, that can be used for future albums.
What do you hope the fans take away from this debut album once they start listening to it, or just the Outfit's music in general once they can get some taste of it?
You know what? I always look at music. What I hope the fans do is they take this, they put it on, and then they put their own meaning into it. And I think that's the beauty of music. Because we go in there, we record, again, we write lyrics, and it's for a specific idea that we have. Not meaning that the listener needs to go with those ideas. We want it to be more of your own. So as you listen to it, you take ownership of it, and you hear the lyrics, but maybe it means something a little bit different to you, and that's great. And I think that's what music is about, is that when you listen to it, you can take it as your own. And that's what I hope the fans take from it.
So for the fans that's not got to see you guys live at a show as of yet, what can they expect at a show from you guys?
Well, we're currently working on that right now. Again, we've been busy working rock radio right now, getting airplay around the country.
Okay.
Again, right now, Billboard Rock Indicator chart is at 30, so we're really pleased with that. So we are getting a nice section of airplay across the country. So we've been working together on our live show, and I think they're going to see a very energetic, very high impact show. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, we're planning on that. Again, we're looking at possibly doing a radio market tour coming up as we pinpoint different areas around the country that we're getting some good response, good airplay, and then we got some backing gigs coming up also too, in I think in March and April, with some other bands like Soil and some other good bands around the country that will jump on in front of them. So I think the fans will be pleased. We're putting a lot of effort and a lot of work into the live show too, so I think it's going to be a great experience.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool too. Make it to number 30, and this album comes out February 2nd. And
February 2nd. So
yeah.
What we did is we released the single. The single on this one was Soldier Boy. So that single went out, I want to say, 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And again, Rock Radio picked it up, and it's been added to a number of different stations. Again, we hit the Billboard chart now, and that's the Rock Indicator chart, and that's what's at 30 currently right now. So we're pleased. That means, well, what it means to me is we got some good response from the radio stations for them to even put it on. So that's good.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is a good album from you guys. No joke. I'm not just saying it because you're on here, but
thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot.
This is a good album. See how it Unfolds is a good one.
Yep.
Just as one, Lucky one.
Yep. Yeah. I think what our goal was too, again, is to put down a high impact song, every song on this album. Not have oh, this one's okay. We were set with this 9-song list because we felt it was strong. We wanted to come out strong. Every track to come out strong.
Now, since it's the digital era of recording albums and social media, for a band that's just getting out there right now, do you think social media is the way to go for the new bands that are coming out? Plus, where everything's digital, of recording albums and plus getting out there quicker. Do you think this will help them more, say, versus than back 10, 15 years ago?
Yeah, I think. Well, it's a different time. It's a different. The way it's done now is through social media, and you have to know that and accept that and go with that. I think that it helps promote the band. I think it helps bring fans in to actually get a chance to listen to it. And again, streaming. A lot of people are streaming now, and there's different ways of gathering music. And I think that's all important to today's music world. That's how it's done, and I think it's an interesting way. It's a different way, and I think it works. I do think it works through social media and also streaming and also downloading of materials.
Now, I know you said you guys just put out the single "Soldier Boy" like a couple weeks ago, but support-wise, man, is there a country that you've noticed that's taken a liking to your guys' music that stands out more, surprises you, that you've gotten some downloads from that place and sales and things? Have you noticed that so far?
Yeah, we've been monitoring that, and we do see Japan coming in strong. We see Germany coming in strong, and we also see the UK. So I think those 3 points right there, UK, Germany, and Japan, we see a strong download stream coming through. So we're happy about that too. That we're kind of expanding worldwide right at the start.
I'm going to say this right now. That question that I asked just then gets a lot of feedback. And the reason why I say this is because I hear a lot of bands talking about the UK and Germany the most.
Yeah.
I
think I hear that about that too, and I think they love good rock, good strong rock, and I think they're very much into the music that's coming out of the U.S.
Yeah. I'm not going to knock anybody here, but it just makes me wonder and think that when you get notice from UK and Germany and Brazil, those 3 countries, and England, stuff like that, London, those countries are rock nations for sure.
I totally agree with you. I think there's a strong following there, maybe much stronger than in the U.S. Currently today.
I think so. I agree with you 100% on that for sure.
But that's why we made this album, to change that. we want the U.S. to be just as strong.
Oh, yeah, for sure. What does the outfit bring to the table for music that's not out there as of right now, if anything, man?
Well, I think it's more. What we're trying to do is more straightforward. Not super high production, not super glitchy. We want to kind of go back a little bit to more of a straightforward, real hard punch in your face. We want to give that upfront kind of feel to it, and I think we were successful with this album. I think it's very punchy and it's very to the point, and it doesn't have a lot of glitz and glam, to kind of shape it into something it's not. We want it to be very raw and very powerful.
So what made you want to become a musician? What was that spark for you that said, yeah, I want to do that?
Well, I started playing guitar when I was 8 years old. And it was just something that, I'd seen musical acts on TV, and it's kind of sparked an interest in me, saying, wow, it's kind of cool to be in front of all those people and to perform. So I remember asking, and Mark was the same way. My brother Mark was the same way. And we wanted to get into music, and my parents were very open about that. And I started playing guitar at a very young age, at 8, taking lessons. And once I did that, the first time I actually touched a guitar, I was kind of hooked. And I knew that I'd be doing that for the rest of my life in some form or fashion, but it just was a spark for me. And I enjoy it so much that I can never see myself not doing it.
You may have a lot of these when I ask this question, but if you could work with a musician that's still alive today or that's passed away that you'd like to bring back for just a day or so to work with, who would you pick, if anybody?
Well, I'm a guitar player, so I'd be looking for Jimi Hendrix to come back to jam with, because I think he had a very unique style of phrasing different patterns, and I just would be in awe of looking at that firsthand.
My favorite song by Jimi Hendrix is an instrumental. Well, you know what I'm saying. It's an instrumental plus guitar. It's whatever. Little Wing. Mm-hmm. Little Wing is my favorite one by Jimi Hendrix.
One of mine too. And like I say, he had, I think because it was so early on in that type of music of rock shaping that way, but he was so unique that there was no pattern to follow. So he made the pattern. And that's what we try to do too. We try to make our own way. You really don't want to sound like anybody else, but he made his own way, and he made his own phrasings that were unbelievably remarkable.
Stevie Ray Vaughan's another favorite one of mine. Love Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Another one too. Yes, I totally agree with you on that one.
Man, I'd just like to say, as a fan of your music, I really, really dig this new album, Matt, self-debut title. And, man, I just see good things happening for you guys, hopefully. And thanks for your music so far, dude.
Oh, nope, it's our pleasure. And again, we're going to continue on with this, again, with the live shows coming up next. Again, listen for the radio play, and hopefully soon we'll start even the process of recording new tracks for a new album.
How can folks stay in touch with you guys, buy this album, tour dates when it happens, things like that? How can they do that?
You can see us at www.theoutfit.rocks. That's theoutfit.rocks. That's where you can find all your information from that website.
And before I let you go, good sir, would you care to do a promo for the show?
No problem. This is Matt Nawara from The Outfit, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great music coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and Uber CD Radio. Thank you so much, Matt.
Thank you.